Good afternoon, Zenoscope faithful and family. Welcome to the Zenoscope and Impulse Creation Retailer Livestream. We hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and we thank you for tuning in to hang out with us and to support some comic book retailers, especially a really great one. That's right. We are having Impulse Creations with us today. So Zenoscope has always appreciated all the brick and mortar comic book shops and hobby shops that have supported us throughout the years. Comic book shops are the lifeblood of this industry. And because of this, we began these retail live streams to support these shops and retailers. So this week's guest is our beloved partner, Impulse Creations. As a reminder, half the proceeds from today, from all you awesome Zenoscope fans and buyers, will go, or half of them will go directly to Impulse Creations. So it's going to a great store and a great fan and owner. So very exciting. As a reminder, anything that you buy this weekend will come with a special scratch off card. This is part of the 2021 Pirate Treasure Map promotion. So any orders made today, when the invoices are sent out, you will receive a special Pirate scratch off card, which will give you the chance to win really cool prizes such as metal cards, art prints, collectibles, and most of all, the grand prize, a PlayStation 5 console. If you're a comic book retailer that's looking to be featured on an upcoming retail live stream, or if you have a shop you'd like to refer that you would think would be really great to and would benefit from these type of streams, you can contact our sales rep, Jason Condilas at jcondilas@zenoscope.com. And for any inquiries about the Zenoscope Diamond Retailer Program, where you can get all these super awesome diamond books, you can contact Jennifer at jbermel@zenoscope.com. So without further ado, I have our special guest waiting in the backstage. We have Dan Wallace from Impulse Creation Comics and Collectibles out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So here's a quick bio, and then I'll bring on our special guest. So Impulse Creations has the hottest selection of entertainment, including comic books, action figures, and many more. They got your old favorites along with latest new releases arrive every day. It's a little bit of everything for everyone. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our special guest, Dan Wallace. Dan,
how you guys going?
We're doing great. Well, thank you so much. And we are so excited to have you here. We're very happy that you're a huge supporter of not just the comic book business, but of Zenoscope. And this is a great opportunity for all of our Zenoscope fans to get to know you and your store even more, especially now that the U.S. is opening up. It's starting to become safe to travel again. We want to send as many fans over to your store as possible. So, Dan, why don't you give us a quick backstory about your store?
We're a little bit unique in that regard. I've been in business for 23 years now, started in 1998, and we started as 100% an online store. Never intended to be open to the public. It was just online, and that's kind of early days for a comic store to be online. And then we started having more and more local customers that say, hey, can I just pick my stuff up? And one thing led to another, and we started being open to the public, and then we grew and grew some more, and it's just been a constant trail of growth, but never had the initial intention of being a publicly open store. It's just going to be online.
Mm-hmm. And that's really cool that you transitioned. And as I feel like, people love, especially now, I think, people love the experience of going to a comic shop, not just to get their books, but to help get a sense of community. And I think it's really cool. And we'll get into it because you do some special events in your store. But what's a typical week at the store look like for you?
Again, with that, we are not very typical in that regard. We deal with so many suppliers directly, Zenoscope obviously being one of them. But we have new product coming in every day from somebody. So it's not the kind of the usual Wednesday is the big day. You've got all the new releases, and the other days are relatively slow and you're doing, making bags and boards and working on other tasks. There's always something new coming in. So every day it's a matter of here's our new stuff. Let's put this out. We got fans coming in for the new stuff, and we're dealing with everything else, kind of working around those new shipments coming in.
Perfect. And what do you enjoy most about the store and its community? Is there anything super cool and unique that you want our fans to know about your store?
Well, we're in a strip mall that's right next to an indoor trampoline place, so we've got a lot of families, young kids that come by. We're very active with the local cosplay community, so we do a lot of outreach in that regard. So we really have a wide, diverse audience that shops with us. You know, it's not your kind of typical hole in the wall comic book guy. Everybody's standing there talk about who's going to win in a fight, being Hulk and thing, that kind of thing. Sure, that stuff comes up, but it's just such. Every day is basically an adventure. There's just totally different new people coming in, so we carry a wide variety of comics because of that as well.
That's awesome, and it's so cool that it's like a very friendly environment. You seem to have people of all ages coming in. That's how you keep the comics business alive. You know, and that strikes really home for me. Now, one of the cool and unique things that you're doing later this month, I was looking on your calendar of events, and on June 26th, you're hosting an in-store signing with Dominic Pace, who plays a bounty hunter from the Mandalorian TV show, which is really cool. So how did that set up, and what other signings have you hosted?
We've had several signings over the year, obviously because of COVID, that slowed down a little bit here recently. But even with COVID, we had Clayton Crane out here last summer, you know, with all the precautions, the 6-foot distancing, and we had a lot of people lined up outside and everything. But it was still just an absolutely insane turnout, even with everything going on at that time for Clayton. With Dominic from the Mandalorian, this will be his second time coming out with us. We had him just before the pandemic kind of kicked in last year. We had him out for signing, so he'll be joining us again. And his last time, that was huge as well. I mean, you can imagine the Star Wars fandom that there is out there. And again, with all the cosplay groups we work with, that kind of bumps that up to the next level as well. We got stormtroopers and everybody else out here for it. So it really turns into a lot of fun. And then we are right now, this isn't official yet, but we are just finishing up some details on signing up J.J. Cohen, who's from all three Back to the Future movies. He's one of only 3 actors that was in all 3 of the movies, played one of Biff's gang. You know, so he's going to be, if everything goes well at least, joining us in August.
That's wonderful, and that's cool. Actually, that answers one of my questions about future events. And for me, like I'm an amateur cosplayer. Like, you know, I cosplay here to here. I'm not by no means professional. So that's really interesting to hear that you work with cosplay initiatives and groups. Like, do you work with the 501st Legion or the Mandalorian Mercs?
Yeah, both of them, both 501st and the Mandalorian Mercs. Can't say that properly. Both of them were out for Dominic's previous signing, and they'll both be out this year. So they're really the 2 main ones that we work with, but we've got a lot of the smaller ones as well. Just everybody in the area that's into cosplay, we're associated with them in one way or another.
Awesome. That's very cool. Well, so Dan, how about let's take a virtual tour of your store, and let us. Do you have a Zenescope section? Do you have like any special collectible section? Let's take a look around your store and see what you have and what to expect when people walk in.
We will do that, and absolutely have a Zenescope section. So you first come in the door. One of the first things you're going to see is we've got these tiered tables going right along here. These are set up by different characters. The first one here is just basically a lot of the new things. We've got things we want to highlight. And we've got a Spider-Man section. And we've got an Avengers section. Past that, we've got a Batman section. And then down the end, we've got an X-Men section. So we keep everything related to those in one area. And it helps us to kind of break those out of the Marvel and DC area. So not quite so overwhelming, which opens up a lot of space for some of the other publishers. Zenescope, of course, being one of them. So we come right down again. We've got Titan Comics right up here at the top. Coming down below that, we've got Boom. Right over next door, Titan and Boom. We've got Dynamite. And then, of course, our favorite, here is Zenescope. And one of the things I like to do, because we've essentially set things up to have so much wall space for our comics, instead of just having just a narrow new release section, we've got just the latest book, and that's it, and everything else is in back stock. We're able to maintain a lot of the most recent issues out on the shelf. So we come over here to Grimm Fairy Tales. We've got 4 facings actually on Grimm Fairy Tales. Take it back 5 facings. 47 is our latest one here. We did 48 over in the new release section. But they go back down as far as 25. So we've got more than 20 issues right there on the rack.
Yeah.
And it's similar for other publishers as well. So somebody's getting in brand new to a title, real easy for them to find previous issues and get caught up on those instead of just having just the latest one and that's it. We pass Zenescope and we get into vault. And then we've got IDW.
I love how spacious your store is. Like your store looks so huge, and you have like a wide selection of titles. This is awesome.
Thank you. That's what we really try to do. The store's smaller than it looks, but we try to make as much advantage of the space as we can. We got Dark Horse after IDW there. And even the title's broken out, we do have a very large Marvel section. We've got tons of that. We've got more comics, but as you come down the wall here, we've got our Star Wars Black Series, and we've got our pop figures.
Mm-hmm. Very, very nice collection right there. I love it.
When you come around to the other side, this is one of our sections of back issues. Also got them along the floor. I won't show all of that. So you may see white boxes. We've got our back issues here, and then we've also got our gaming section underneath. And that wraps right around. We've got our dollar books over here, a lot of the Marvel True Believers, things like that. Spinner rack set up there for impulse buys. And that moves right into the image section.
Walls on comics, walls and walls of comics. This is great.
It never ends. We've got a little bit more gaming over in this section.
Very cool.
And then we've got our wall books, mix of older books and variants.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And then we do hit our actual official new releases section. And this does just have the newest issue, put everything right up in here. So we do have a Grimm Fairy Tales 48. With everything that's come out last week and then the DCs that came in today.
Mm-hmm.
Move right along top here. We've got t-shirts. Those have been incredibly difficult to keep in stock. Fortunately, we've got a new supply coming in this week. We've got Aftershock, the publisher.
Yeah, I know the guys from Aftershock. They're great guys.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
We've got AWA right after Aftershock. And then all the miscellaneous books here. I have some small publishers at the top. We've got some Valiants, Archie, Action Lab. And then the smaller ones that just have a few titles in alphabetical. We got all the graphic novels. After that.
Perfect.
Wow. Some of those we got Eric, Neil Adams out here, so we've got some proof out prints. A couple other ones as well. We have an off into our last section here, yet more wall space, which is where we've got our DCs.
All right. Gosh, you know, looking from this, like I can't tell this is a small store. It's like it looks like a maze. I love it. There's so much in here. It's so cool.
It's a decent sized store. There's plenty bigger and there's plenty smaller, but we definitely try to make advantage of the space that we've got. And then a lot of cool thing here is we've got our cabinet here with some of our statues and figurines and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that is pretty much the extent of the tour. You know, we've got a bargain bin and some other odds and ends, but don't want to tie you up too long on some of the fine details.
I appreciate you taking the time. I'm seeing like some comments, like Matthew Gray said it's impressive setup. You know, Chuck Garza says you guys go nuts. That's you know, very, very impressive setup. So Dan, you know, in a minute we're going to be bringing on our master of sales, Jason, so we can make you some money and to support your store and support your business. Before we let you go, is there anything you want people to know about your awesome store? And like any final words?
That's really the main thing is since we did start online, we are in the position of having absolutely everything we carry is online at impulsecreations.com. So for all the people out there that don't live right in the area, you can go on there. We've got a section just like in the store. We've got an online section dedicated to Zenescope. Same thing with several other publishers and characters and things like that. So really easy to find. But that's not one of the kind of situations where we've got 100,000 items in the store and 500 online. Everything's online. So definitely a great place to check out and stock yourself up on back issues from Zenescope.
Perfect. Yeah, and thank you so much for throwing that banner. That's right. You can find Impulse Creations at impulsecreations.com, Impulse Creations at Facebook, and on Twitter at ImpulseC. So, Dan, thank you so much for sharing your store. It was a pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much for supporting us and the comics industry. And we're gonna make you some money. So sit tight. And we're gonna beam it over to Jason. But Dan, you have a great day.
You too. Thanks for inviting us.
Thank you. All right. Wow. What an awesome guest. And what an awesome store. Thank you so much. Again, half of those proceeds today from all you awesome buyers will be going directly to Dan and his store and his team. So without further ado, we're going to bring it back on over to the studio with the master of money, the sultan of sales, Jason Condelis. Back to the main studio.
Hello. What's going on? All right. First off, I want to say a huge thank you to Dan for doing that. Whoever was his camera person too, that was really awesome of them to walk around the store. As you can see, very professional. Wide open space. I love when I'm able to walk into a comic shop and actually navigate the comic shop, get around without kicking white boxes, without kicking diamond boxes, that kind of thing. So really, really awesome. Dan, thank you so much for carrying our books. Thanks so much for having a section of our books and so forth and pushing Zenescope like you do. So let's get to making you some money, dude. Let's get to some books. You ready, Di? Let's rock and roll. All right, so we're gonna start with some new releases. So these are books that you can actually get at Impulse. These are also books that you can get at your local comic shop as well. The one being Grimm Spotlight Hercules Payne. So I'm going to show you all three of these covers. You can pick the A, B, or the C. If you give me a moment, I'll go ahead and cover the covers. What I want to talk about a little bit first, though, is the book itself. So this is one of my favorite books that Joe's written lately, only because it's like there's like a task, or there's tasks set before Hercules Payne, where he has to complete these tasks and so forth, and then he kind of realizes the evil that he's doing, the bad that he's doing, and so forth, and then stops kind of along the journey. And you'll see the twists and the turns to it or whatever, as you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of really cool. But anyway, our Hercules Payne is basically a demigod. He is the son of Hercules, or I'm sorry, like a relative of Hercules and so forth, but on Earth and so forth. So he gets pulled into, I think it's actually Oz, where he's doing these tasks and so forth, and he meets up with the Scorpion Queen, and you'll see kind of what happens, kind of goes from there. She basically takes or captures his girlfriend and then also her young daughter and so forth. All right, so anyway, this is Hercules Payne, cover A. If you're interested in cover A, it's $5.99. All right, that's cover price. That's exactly what it would be at Impulse Creations. All right, if you want to have this signed by Joe, who is the writer, just put signed into the notes and put cover A or N release or new release 1. So what we're looking for is, if you've never bought from us before, what I'm showing you is the book itself. This is a standalone story. So if you've never read anything by Zenescope, this is a perfect place to go ahead and get started with us. Because again, it's a standalone story. It's a 32-page issue book. That's why it's $5.99. It's also a cover by one of my favorite cover artists, which is Al Baranuevo, and I'm probably mispronouncing his last name, and Al, I apologize. But also a big fan of Al's covers in general. We're known for our cover art. That's one of the things that you'll find about Zenescope. We're also known for our writing, too, because our writing is fantastic. Rich, want to say hey to you. Rich, did you get the love, dude? I was showing some love to you. I sent around an email to you earlier. I sent around the love to a lot of my customers. So anyway, this is cover A. You can also get this at Nankin at Rich's store, too, as well. So again, this is cover A. If you want to have new release 1 signed, and again, it's a great standalone story, a great starter point if you've never read anything by Zenescope. So if you're brand new to the stream, again, a standalone story. You've never read Grimm Fairy Tales, you've never read Neverland, you've never read anything by Zenescope before. This is something you could start up with and pick up the story, and you're fine. It's kind of self-contained too as well. And again, it's $5.99. You can get it signed by the writer, who is Joe Bruscia. Joe is the founder of Zenescope. If you're not familiar with Joe, Joe started Grimm Fairy Tales back in Zenescope in 2005, along with Ralph Tedesco. They both started Grimm Fairy Tales, started Zenoscope in 2005, came out with issue 1 of Grimm Fairy Tales, and I believe Dr. Herbert West, I think, was also out at the same time. I think it was either Grimm Fairy Tales and Dr. Herbert West right around the same kind of months were the very 2 first issues that Zenoscope ever published. Okay?
The Fallen.
Yep. Yeah, we did Fallen. I don't want to go through how many, but how many books we published since then? Jesus Christ. It's literally, it's a vernacular. All right. You can go to zenoscope.com to find, what do you got? Jindai. Oh, I love it. Good, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
So again, this is Hercules Payne, again, cover A, and you can get it signed by Joe. Please put signed or unsigned in the notes, or you don't even have to put unsigned, but just put signed if you want to have it signed by Joe. Dave really couldn't sign this one because he didn't do the editing on this, and he didn't necessarily contribute to the story, at least not that I see in the book. But again, that's cover A, and it's Al Baronuevo. Again, it's $5.99 for that cover. There you see the banner. So that's you can put end release 1, and again, it's just $5.99. It's free to get it signed. So cover A, that's the one. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the product can. We have a little product can too that we kind of feature where we like just kind of put our books over at. And I do a little Vanna White thing. Ding, 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 ding. There it is. There's cover A right there. All right. So if you're interested in cover A, and it looks like I froze. Oh, no, I'm unfrozen. All right, good. All right. So cover B is this cover that I'm about to show you. And this one's Igor Vitorino. So if you're interested in cover B, it's the same story inside the book. And again, it is a standalone story. Same story that I just described to you just briefly about a couple minutes ago. But if you're interested in cover B, this would be new release 1B. And again, put signed or unsigned in the notes. You don't have to necessarily put unsigned, but just go ahead and put signed in the notes, and we'll have it signed by the writer for you, and it shall be yours. All right, Michael Miller, we got you covered for all 3 of those issues. Thank you, my friend, and thanks for supporting Impulse Creations. I was just remarking to Diane and Leah that Impulse Creations kind of sounds like a sneaker store to me. It's got like that, like it's got a sneaker feel to it. It doesn't feel like a comic shop name, like Impulse Comics or Comics Creations. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going with it. So anyway, this is cover B. Big fan of Dan's store, though. Holy guacamole. Big fan of how wide open space he has. The Fun Pops, the Funko Pops, I'm sorry. The statues, all the different selections that he has there, too, as well. Just immense. And I would imagine he has a lot of his products right up on his web store. That you saw there, impulse.com or impulsecreations.com. So again, that's cover B, and again, that's cover Igor by Igor Vitorino. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to the cover C, which is almost always my favorite cover. When we do C covers, usually our C cover is kind of a pinup style cover. This one is also that same kind of ilk. This is Michael DePascali. Big fan of Michael's stuff. He's just been getting better and better with us. I think it's only a matter of time before we see Michael doing a variant for us, or like an exclusive cover for us, a collectible type cover for us, something that's limited print run, that type of thing. So again, this is cover C. So if you're interested in new release cover C, just put NR1C into the notes and it shall be yours, whether you want to have it signed by Joe. And again, Joe is the writer, and he'll go ahead and sign that for you. And there is no charge at all for the signing of the book. What's kind of cool too, one of the things I want to kind of show you too, is each of our books have our virtual conventions right in the back. So if you're interested, like next time when we're doing one of our virtual conventions, they're right there, right in the back of the book for you, which is kind of cool. Which is kind of neat, kind of gives you like all the conventions that we have done so far this year in January, February, March, and April, and so forth. We're going to be doing a convention this June. It's going to be June 17th, 18th, and 19th. I believe are the dates. Whatever that Thursday, Friday, Saturday are, we're going to be doing a June convention for you. We can't wait to bring it to you. We're going to have some artists on for you. We're going to have some really cool stuff like we always do. And, of course, new books. We'll talk a little bit. Thank you, Ralph, for putting that up. So, again, Thursday, 6/17, 6 to 8 p.m. So if you're brand new to the stream that you're watching right now and you'd like to join us for one of our Zenoscope conventions, this is basically like us going to New York Comic Con, except we're bringing it to you right live, right on YouTube Live, right on Facebook Live, whatever platform you're using. We're bringing a convention right to you on the 17th, 18th, and 19th. We give you some different times so that way in case you're working during the day on Thursday and maybe you're able to make Thursday night, or maybe you're not working on Friday and you'd like to be able to join us for a few hours there. We're also going to do a few hours on Saturday. We have similar products, pretty much identical products each and every day. But then we also show you new stuff each and every day. So if you want to join us for all 3 days, please do so. I can tell you right now, they're a lot of fun. We bring on Amber. We do a lot more die cam. Did we do any die cam so far?
We did one.
We did a one die cam?
Yeah.
All right, I want you to know we got die back. All right, and I'm happy about it, okay? Chris Cote is in the office now. He's been here for the last 2 days. Diane came in today. I can tell you right now, there's a different feel in the office as people are coming back to work. It's great to see Cote. Cote's our art director. I want to throw a huge shout out to Chris Cote. I miss you, dude. Huge shout out to Ashley. Whenever Ashley decides to come back in the office, we miss you. But anyway, the office just has a different feel with Chris Cote back in the office and so forth. Chris knows exactly what I'm talking about. Chris Sampson knows exactly what I'm talking about. Just being able to talk to Chris on a daily basis now, it's I don't know, it's just an uplift. It's a good thing. Chris is extremely talented guy. We're extremely fortunate to have working for us. And Chris has been working for Zenoscope, Chris Cote in that regard, not Chris Sampson. Geez, oh man, easily 10 years now, 11. He's been there longer, at least a year or two longer than me, and I'm going into my 9th year. I was 8 years in May. So yeah, really, again, just awesome to have Chris Cote back in the office. So again, that's cover C, and just put new release 1, cover C, and go ahead and put that into the notes, and it shall be yours. And again, it's a standalone story, so it's a great book to get started with us if you've never read us before. So the other new release that I wanted to talk about is Myths and Legends Dragon Clan. It's a quarterly, meaning it's like we do once every 3 months, every 4 months, a quarter book and so forth. This is one of our Myths and Legends tales and so forth. This book is actually 72 pages. That's one of the reasons why it's $8.99. So it's 72 pages. This one's actually written by Raymond Gregory. If you've seen us on streams before, I talk constantly about Raven. I'm a big fan of everything that Raven's written because, again, he kind of wears his heart on the sleeve. Big fan of just his style, just because of the darkness, the twisted, the glimpses into his own life, the way he kind of incorporates things that are going on in his head to something that he's writing and so forth. Big fan of the way Raven writes. So, again, this is cover A. So if you're interested in new release 2, this is Myths and Legends Dragon Clan. It's kind of like basically a modern adaptation or a take on Dragon Clan. The Dragon Clan was, I think, basically almost kind of killed because of the evil they were doing. I can't remember the guy's name now that kills him, but he's basically in the same kind of room, and he's turned to stone too as well. And basically the amulets that they wear, whether it's a bracelet, tiara, I guess tiara. It's one of those little headband, John's little something. Let's go with it. Let's go with the tiara. And then the third artifact is a sword. So some archaeologists discover these items and so forth and basically become the Dragon Clan. It kind of gets dark and kind of twisted from there. All right. So again, if you want to have this signed, it'll be signed by, I believe, Joe, and it'll also be signed by Dave, if I'm not mistaken. Did I put that in the notes? What did I put there? Did I put Dave and Joe?
No, you just put.
I just put Joe? Yeah, because Joe did the story, and again, Dave didn't do the editing. All right. So anyway, so if you want to have it signed by Joe too as well, just go ahead and put it into the notes signed. Again, this one's $8.99. It's not $5.99. It's $8.99 on this book, as you see right there. It's new release 2. This is cover A. Cover A is by Igor Vitorino. So if you're interested in that cover, go ahead and put it into the notes. Cover A and signed, and you'll have it. It shall be yours. All right. Raven is the Taylor Swift of Zenoscope. You know what? I can go with that. Raven kind of looks like Taylor Swift too. He's a very handsome fellow. Very, very handsome. I wonder if he can sing. I bet you he can sing. There's no question about it. If you've seen Raven do comic book theater, you've seen Raven at his best. So when he does his high-pitched voice. Raven is hysterical to me. All right, definitely good stuff. So shout out to Raven, wherever he's at. So again, this is cover A, new release 2, and again, that's covered by Igor Vitorino. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the product can. So if you're interested in cover A, it shall be yours. I'm happy I got that one right. I was just looking and double checking to make sure that actually is cover A. As I'm looking at cover B, I was hoping I didn't get my streams crossed, my covers crossed. Yeah, if I screw that up, dude, then Ralph comes on, he gives me crap, man. I'm in trouble. Then we got to slow down. All right, so this is new release 2, cover B, and cover B is by Hedwin Salazar. Okay. So that's Headwind right there. If you're interested in this cover, just put cover B into the notes and it shall be yours. And it is, again, cover B. And again, this is also a standalone story, kind of like I mentioned for the first book that we did, the Grimm Spotlight Hercules Payne versus the Scorpion Queen. Again, it's a standalone story. So if you've never read anything by Zenescope before, this is also an ideal book to get started with us. Kind of almost you're getting a graphic novel in one book for $8.99. Again, it's 72 pages of story. Most graphic novels, I would say, are probably in the, you got to figure like 4 times 20, like 80 to 100, 110 page range. This is very close to that, but again, it's only $8.99. So you're getting almost kind of a graphic novel for $8.99. And again, some of our best writing, again, some of our best art too as well. So again, that's cover B. And if you're interested in that cover, just go ahead and put cover B into the notes, new release 2, and whether you want to have it signed by Joe or not. And then also, again, my favorite cover, the pinup style, is the Keith Garvey. Whenever we put Keith Garvey on a regular cover, it always seems to crush, always seems to sell out, always seems to do well. I see Abby already jumping in. Abby, looks like you're back, dude. Abby told me she was going to Mount Rushmore. I think she actually told me it was Count Rushmore. So then I started joking her about Mount, like the Count from the Muppets. Like one stone-headed president. That's Sesame Street?
Yeah,
what did I say, Muppets?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I did say Muppets. I'm sorry. I put Sesame Street in the email.
Okay.
All right. I want you to know that.
Right.
All right. So I wasn't, you know what I was doing?
Oh,
Muppets was a different thing between Dave and I. That's going to be something I'm not revealing. All right. There's a little something going on between Dave and I on Muppets. And we'll talk about that later. You and I die. That's, yeah, it's going to be good stuff. All right. So again, cover C. This is new release 2. Go ahead and put it into the notes if you want this cover by Keith Garvey. And again, whenever we do a regular cover by Keith Garvey, again, it always tends to sell out. I got a feeling this is not going to last longer than 2, 3. Is that what it was? It was a gag from Friends. Oh, there you go, dude. All right, good stuff. So I was joking with Abby that we're gonna chisel her daughter's face up there with Roosevelt, with Lincoln, with Washington. We're going to chisel her face too up on the Mount Rushmore. You down with that, dude? It's going to take us a while, though. That's going to be a problem. We're going to have to pack a lunch. All right. So, again, this is cover C. If you're interested in that, that's new release 2. And so I want to get into a couple of graphic novels like we always do. I never can seem to get this name of these book up straight. You know what I need, dude? I need something. I need my headbands. I used to have headbands in there that would like kind of hold those things up. Is it working right now? Are you putting it in the product can be good?
Yeah.
Let's feel like somehow I got them to stand up. We're gonna go with it. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about GRETEL. If you've watched some of the past streams that we've done, I have talked about GRETEL. This is another perfect standalone story. This is actually a self-contained. It's a collection of issues. I believe 1 through 5, if not 1 through 6. I think it might be 1 through 6 actually on GRETEL. All right, so this is a graphic novel. It's normally $20 with us. It's normally $19.99, but I'm doing these today for just $15.99. So I'm knocking off a few bucks. Plus 2, again, also half of the proceeds going to Impulse, which to me is, again, a good cause. Again, you can have this signed by Joe, or you can have it unsigned too as well. We'll have Joe can sign it as well as Dave can both sign GRETEL too as well. Dave actually came up with a little bit more of the concept of the storyline for GRETEL. GRETEL was actually written by Ben Mears. You might be familiar with Ben from, I want to say Ben did, what did he do? He did that, what's the movie with the dude with the chattering teeth? That Hellraiser.
Hellraiser.
I think Ben wrote the comic Hellraiser for whoever that was when he during that publisher and so forth. I got a feeling that's Ben who did that too as well. So again, Ben did some writing for us too as well. We were lucky to have him. He did GRETEL. So our version of GRETEL, it's basically she's a young witch, obviously. She and her brother Hansel get captured by a witch. That witch is starving them, basically going to eventually try to kill them and so forth. She forces her to eat her brother's heart while she's starving and so forth. When she does get away, she winds up now becoming a witch hunter, GRETEL, and so forth. She starts gaining the powers of witches as she eats their hearts, as she starts perishing the world of these witches, starts ridding the world, I should say, of these witches and so forth. She gains their power by eating their hearts, which again, really, really twisted. There, it's literally right there on the back of the book, dude. Hellraiser writer Ben Mears. and I'm looking right at the back of the book, dude. This is how bad of a salesman I am. Okay, dude. I'm fishing for it in my mind. I'm like Ben Mears. He did that chattering teeth, dude. But it's literally right there, right in front of me. Like literally right there. All right. Also has art by Alan Otero, who I'm a huge fan of. Alan does covers for us too, as well as CC Dela Cruz too, as well. All right. So basically, we're just introducing a brand new hero to our Grimm universe. And again, she's basically a witch hunter. As she eats these hearts, she is gaining the powers of these witches that she eats their hearts and so forth. And again, it's regularly $19.99. And Chuck, thanks so much, man. I am insulting. All right. I'm the whiz. You can say I'm the whiz, though, dude. And nobody beats me. All right. This is Gretel. Again, it's $19.99 regularly, but we're doing it for just $16. And again, if you want to have it signed, just go ahead and put it into the notes. And again, Gretel is a perfect way to get started with us as a company. If you've never read anything by Zenescope before, you never read any Grimm fairy tales, any Oz, any Neverland, any Alice in Wonderland, and so forth like that, you can get started with Gretel, and it's a great story to get started with. I'm going to give you another story that to me is also another great standalone story to get started with us too as well. This one written by Terry Cavanaugh. Now, Terry Cavanaugh, I know his bio a lot easier because Terry does a ton of stuff for Marvel. He's done Spider-Man. He's done Iron Man. He's done Spider-Man Clone Wars. Again, a huge addition of a writer to Zenescope writing for us is Terry Cavanaugh. Because, again, he's very, very mainstream. He's from one of the big two. All right, so our Musketeers, it's basically three kids, well, I want to say kids because they're younger than me, that's for sure. So it's three people from Philadelphia. They're gifted powers from the Book of Fables. They basically become the Musketeers in present day. They're kind of like hero vigilante types. They're kind of tasked by Merlin to find an artifact for him, and he's basically using them in an evil purpose way. He wants them to find this artifact so that way he can start being able to transverse like through the Grimm universe, basically to Oz, to Mist, to Neverland, to Earth, kind of without consequence and so forth. Kind of gets dark and twisted like we always do. So again, this is Musketeers, and again, it's written by Terry Cavanaugh. This is another one that's $19.99, but again, I'm only doing it for $16. So $15.99 if you want to get it signed too as well. You can get this bad boy signed by Joe, and I believe you can also get it signed by Dave too. Dave did the editing on this as well. All right. So again, signed by Joe and Dave as well. So again, that's Musketeers. It's regularly $19.99, but we're doing it for $16. All right, and there it is. So if you want to have graphic novel too. Phil Zill will put you down for that. Thank you so much for grabbing the Musketeers. All right, so let's get to everybody's favorite stuff, dude. Are you guys ready to rock? Don't jump the gun. If you jump the gun, I'm gonna penalize you. Don't jump the gun. All right, are you ready, Di? Yeah. Are you ready to rock on? We're ready to do what we're doing? I'm ready. All right, so should I get a thumbs up from Ralph or not, whether we want to change the codes on these? Should I do that? Because I remember the last time we did this, Ralph was like, I want to change up. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Do you have Ralph on camera right now, like in the backstage, or he's just blank?
He's in backstage with his camera.
But his camera's not on? All right, so what's up?
Now it is.
Oh, it is right now? So I asked Ralph if he wants me to change up from...
He said...
he's giving me a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Like change up the codes.
Thumbs up, change it up.
Okay, all right, so we're going to change up things a little bit because we don't want everybody jumping the gun, being able to grab everything before everybody else kind of gets a chance. All right. So book number 1, I'm going to make it Royle, which is Royle. All right. This is a variant by John Royle. The one thing that's different about this book is it is a 400 print run. Okay. So we increased this to a 400 print run only because obviously we want to be able to get more out to the stores, but we're keeping the cost the same. So it's still just $10, which to me is still an absolute steal. And we're doing 20 of these bad boys. So we're going to do 20. Just put Royle into the notes. You can put Royle 1. Royle 1's fine. We're just Royle, who's the cover artist, and it shall be yours. Jan, good to see you in the stream as always. Jeannie Baker-Platt. Kyle, great to see you as well. Abby, thanks for hanging in with me as I'm battling on and on. William Roof, good to see you, my friend, as always in the stream. John Salas, thank you, sir. Paul Peterson, good to see you as well. Larry, who is my main man. John Hazel, good to see you, John. John was able to actually come into the office, pick up his order, pick up some of his books. I was able to see he and Marcy and Kim. It's always good to see those guys when they stop over. Thanks for doing that. So again, we're doing 20 of these. I'm going to make it Royle is the code. All right. So again, I'm just going to do 20 of these. We may go a couple of names over, maybe write down a few. But again, try and keep in mind that just because you put in the notes Royle doesn't mean you're one of the 20 that gets it. Again, when we're holding these books back, we're doing that because we want these stores that are selling our regular books, that are using these variants to gain a little bit of extra money. We want to give them incentive to sell our regular covers for us. We want them to benefit from doing so. Stores like Impulse, like Nankin up in Michigan, like Comic Empire, it was my main man Ken, like all the stores that we've been dealing with, Gotham City, and so forth. Some of these stores, again, that are carrying all of our variants for us, but a lot, again, carrying our regular books. So one of the reasons why we only limit this to 20 is we want to make sure that these stores are able to get these books and so forth. So again, that's John Royle. And again, this book itself is one of our standalone stories. The book itself is actually the Grimm Spotlight. It's the Hercules Payne. Okay, so I showed you that Hercules Payne. So this is not only a collectible, but it's also readable too as well. So it's a standalone story that you can read as well as collect. Okay, all right, so there it is. And again, that is the John Royle. Big fan of that cover. Geez, oh man. John Royle just knocks it out of the box. And when Ula does the coloring, you got a winning combination right there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the product cam. I can see Dodge writing down a couple of names. So one of the things I wanted to mention to a lot of the people that are in the stream that are new is we do a VIP program. And one of the things I wanted to mention about the VIP program specifically is our VIP program is meant to give you rewards based on your purchases. It's not meant to take you away from a store like Impulse Creation, because as you buy from an Impulse Creations, you can send us your receipts on the Zenoscope books that you purchase. So you're still getting books for everything you buy from your local comic shop. We don't want to take your business away from Comic Empire. We don't want to take your business away from Nankin. We just want you to add to that if you'd like to as a VIP. If you want to buy variants from us, if you want to buy variants from them, you certainly can, that type of thing. So your purchases on our web store, on the streams that we do, when we get back to conventions, those count as points. And there's different values as far as the points go. I can't remember the last time Adrian told me, so I don't want to go into those and screw them up. But so basically, points values, you're getting points based on every purchase that you make. Local comic shops, but it has to be Zenoscope published product, obviously. We're not going to reward you for buying Marvel. You're not allowed to buy Marvel. I'm just kidding. All right, so again, that was book number 1, which was the Royle. Are you ready to rock on, or are you still writing names down? Give me the names. What are you doing? I don't know what she's doing in there. The meatloaf. We want it. What movie, dude? What do you got? The meatloaf. We want it.
Crashers.
Bang! That Amber's good. I'm telling you right now, she's good. All right, so we're gonna go to book 2. We're gonna name book 2 June, because it's the month of June. All right, so yeah, you just gotta put June in the notes. All right, it's Ali Garza, and it's slamming. June. Just put June in the notes, and she shall be yours. June. All right. So this book is actually covered by Ali Garza. I'm a huge fan of Ali Garza's. I've met he and his wife and his family. I can't remember what convention it was. I want to say it was either Wizard World Chicago, could have been C2E2. I'm next to positive he's from that area. And it was right around when we had the Oz hardcover come out. And literally, Ali's doing sketches on the inside cover of every single one of the hardcovers that I sent over to him to get signed. So not only is he signing Ali Garza, but he's doing like little head sketches and so forth in the inside cover. I was like, Ali, you don't have to do that, dude. I was like, are you crazy? He's like, dude, I don't care. I'm sitting here, I'm goofing around, I'm doing nothing. I'm like, all right, dude. I'm like, you are the best. I'm like, he is the man. Just big fan of Ali Garza. Huge, huge fan. So again, we are doing 20 of these bad boys. They're only $20. All right. You guys know from the stream. Yes, it is Dorothy. So again, just put June. Oh, Amber, I just got blanked out. Can you pop? What are you doing?
Still on though.
Okay, cool. So again, this is June, or it's book number 2. Please put June into the notes if you want this book. Again, it's covered by Ali Garza. It is our June 2021 Diamond Retailer Silver collectible. Silver is basically the level. It's a 250 print run. There's only 250 made of this cover. Even at $20, this to me is an absolute steal at a 250 print run for $20. To me, it's just absolutely a steal, regardless, because it's Ali Garza. And again, like I mentioned, I'm just a huge fan of Ali stuff in general. So again, it's also that same title that we talked about before. It's Grimm Spotlight, the Hercules Payne. So again, it's not only is it a collectible book, but again, it's a standalone. It's a readable book too as well. Our variants are not just a pretty cover. Again, you're getting the whole story too as well. You're getting there some of the interior artwork for the Hercules Payne there. And again, these interiors are slamming. I got to look this up actually as to who did the interiors. But again, big fan. I'm a fan of this just because again, there's like almost kind of like a trial, like 10 different tasks that Hercules Payne has to complete and so forth during the book and so forth. And then he kind of realizes the evil that he's doing, the path that he's heading down. So again, June book number 2 is $20. And again, that looks like it's sold out. And again, that's a 250 print run. Again, a cover by Ali Garza. This looks like Di's writing down some names. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about VIP. If you're interested in VIP, like kind of what I was mentioning and talking about before, you can go to our web store to sign up for VIP. It's only $99 to become a VIP. You're actually going to get some books for free with becoming a VIP. This is one of the variants that you will get with it, which is a cover by Elias Chadzudas. All right. You'll also get this print by Paul Green too as well. That'll come with your VIP. There's also another VIP book. I don't want to show you the one that I have here because I'm next to positive we ran out of these. So it's going to be a Mike Crone cover. Actually, it's going to come with VIPs, I think, from here on out. It was something I was actually talking about with Stu. You also get a lanyard. You get the print. You get a card with your name on it that's laminated that says you're a VIP. And also, when you buy into VIP, you are a VIP for life. Okay? So if you bought VIP back in 2017 and you've never participated in our VIP program since, you're still a VIP. All right? Shoot us an email. All right? Shoot us an email at info@Zetascope. We'll get you all squared away. We'll start getting you activated for your points for 2021 because everything that you bought 2021 on the store retroactively counts towards your points. Okay? All right, so there is, that's a little bit more about VIP. You ready, Don? Looks like you're ready to lock on. All right, so we're going to go to book number 3, but I'm going to name it Garza, G-A-R-Z-A-A. All right, G-A-R-Z-A. All right, there's Allie. All right, so this is book number 3. We're only doing 10 of these bad boys. So I've only got 10 of this bad boy. It's a limited 150 print run, and these are $40 each. And we're going to make it Garza. All right, just go ahead and put Garza into the notes, and it shall be yours. Again, we're only looking for 10 of these bad boys. And if you're not one of the 10, I apologize. But again, try and keep in mind it's a 150 print run. We're trying to get it out to the stores that carry our books, that carry our regular stuff. We want to incentivize them to do so, and letting them buy this at wholesale and have the ability to sell it for $40 is actually a big perk for those stores. So again, if you're not one of the 10, I apologize. But again, try and realize that a lot of these diamond retailer books that we're selling today is not only to benefit Impulse Creations now, but Impulse Creations in the future, and all the comic shops actually that carry our regular books. Okay? All right, so that is Garza. So we're going to do 10 of those bad boys, and then we'll write down a few extra names just in case we can do a few extra, because Joe always lets us do a few extra. Plus, Di's the perfect woman to do this job because she handles this really well. All right, I'm not just saying that because you're here, Di.
Thank you.
All right, but you're the perfect person to say, no, you can't have it, but yes, you can. All right, Chuck, Garza out there, no, you can't have it. Okay, just kidding, Chuck. I love you, dude. All right, Chuck's my IT man. He's my guy behind the guy. He's my man on the street. He's my what's his name from what's that second Spider-Man, Mr. Freeze, where he calls him the man on. She's like, you're my eyes and ears out there, Chuck. All right, you're what's his name? What was his name? What's the actor's name? He did Mr. Freeze on Spider-Man 2. Black dude, he's freaking sharp as hell.
I was like, there's no Mr. Freeze.
Yes, there is. It's not. Oh, he's not. He's Electro. I'm sorry, he's not Mr. Freeze. He's Electro.
Oh, Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. You're my eyes and ears out there. You're Jamie Foxx, dude. You're not as handsome as Jamie Foxx, that's for sure. But you are my Jamie Foxx. All right, Chuck, you complete me. All right. So that is book number 3, and I'm sure it's sold out. It was Garza, Jamie Foxx, Tammy Morse Gaffney knows what I'm talking about. I was calling him Mr. Freeze, but I meant Electro. This is another way I misspeak like constantly left and right on my movies. All right. No, we're not Chuck. Rob, no, we're not doing any Chuck No Chuck Garza sales. All right. All right. No, Chuck, you can't put Ali Garza in the notes and get it now. No. Leave Chuck off the list, even though he wants to be written down for book number 3. Leave him off. Chuck, I'm only kidding, dude. I love you, dude. All right. I'm no Jamie Foxx, but I'm sexy as beep. All right. All right. So are we ready? Are you ready? What are you doing, dude? You're writing down an awful lot of names. You're writing down more names than the people that got it. Okay. Do you realize what you're doing over there? I'm going to put a stop to this right now. I want you to know that. Did you guys pump heat in here? This studio is ridiculously hot. All right, it could be the fact.
Sweating.
Right. All right. Yeah, that's it. You got way too many layers on that. Di's got the long skirt, literally going down to her freaking feet. She's got the sweater on. Dude, you got to be sweating bullets in here. It's hot as beep in here. It's crazy. All right. Not as hot as my daughter's softball game on Saturday, dude. So Saturday, I took my daughter to a softball game or playoff game. 8 o'clock in the morning, it's 90 degrees. 8 o'clock in the morning, Levittown. Holy beep, 90 degrees. And there was nowhere, like we set up tents too and stuff like that, but I was sitting out in the sun. We put the kids under the tents, so the kids can get out of the heat. But I can tell you right now, I was dying. I was struggling. I'm a little red right now. I don't know if you guys can tell. I got a little burn going on. Not a burn, but a little color obviously going. All right, are we ready, Di?
I'm ready.
All right, so we got to come up with something funky. So we're going to name this Platinum. All right, Platinum is book number 4. Platinum. All right, Ralph, I think you got the Z-rated version, so I'm going to let you go ahead and show the book. I'm going to give him a quick whoop. There it is. All right, so book number 4 is going to be Platinum, Platinum. All right, this is a limited 100 print run. There it is. Ralph's got the Z-rated version. Thank you, Ralph, for having that. All right, so it's $75 for that book. You have to put Platinum into the notes, and it shall be yours. All right, Platinum. All right, please put Platinum in the notes, and it shall be yours. And again, it's $75. This to me makes, again, another absolute steal. It's a 100 print run that we're doing for just $75. And again, that's basically the risque version of the Ali Garza that you see there. Ralph has that book up on these. On the banner, you see it right there too as well. Again, it's covered by Ali Garza. And again, also, that's a standalone story. So it can be read as well as collected too as well. We do some sheer, not exactly a topless cover, what I would say, but it's kind of a sheer. She seems to be having a little bit of problem with her upper garments and covering herself. All right, let's leave it at that. All right, so let's go with that. So that is book number 4. Again, book number 4 is Platinum. All right, and again, $75. We're only doing 5 of those bad boys. I think I saw like 20 names. Did we do an oopsie? That was me. I think I did the oopsie. All right, there you go. Ali Garza's in the stream. Ali Garza, I love you, dude. Ali, I don't know if you heard me telling the story about meeting you at, I think it was either Wizard World Chicago or C2E2. I thought I walked over, and I know your whole family was there because, it was a whole gang right behind you. And your kids were little at the time. Geez, oh man, this was like probably a good, I don't know, I want to say a good 5 or 6 years ago. And it was when our Oz hardcover came out, and obviously you did the cover for that Oz hardcover too as well. And I was sending everybody over to your booth. And not only were you signing the book, but you were doing like an inside sketch literally on every single Oz hardcover. So anyway, Ali, I want to throw you a huge thank you. We are extremely fortunate to have you, my friend. If you guys are not familiar with Ali Garza, please go to DeviantArt. I'm sure you can find Ali Garza on Facebook too as well. Ali is just a big family man, just a great guy. I've met Ali again at a couple of different shows and so forth. Another cover artist that we are just extremely, extremely fortunate to work with. We're extremely fortunate to work with all the cover artists that we do. But Ali, again, big fan of this stuff. Just big fan of the person too as well. He's on Instagram. Thank you, Andrew, too as well. So you can find Ali there as well. So you ready to rock on, Di? All right, so we're going to do the print, which is the print by Ali Garza. And it also has Impulse Creations right on the print. And I did my best with a sticky note there. I can tell you right now, my sticky note is struggling. It's struggling, goddammit. All right, so there's my print right there. It's $30 for the print. The reason being is basically a Z-rated or a sheer. I like to call it sheer, not necessarily a Z-rated. All right, but you're getting the print. The print is also limited to 25. There are only 25 made of this print, okay? So if you're interested in the print for $30, just go ahead and put print 1 into the notes, and it shall be yours. If you are still watching the stream, Dan, let me know if you're interested in the print, and I can get you some of these at wholesale. I have no problem wholesaling this print to you. I don't know if you want one maybe to kind of hang up in your store, although you got to kind of be aware of the fact that it is sheer, like I mentioned. But again, covered by Ali Garza, big fan of Ali's stuff. Ali, thanks so much for being in the stream with us. Again, you can find Ali on Instagram. You can probably find him on DeviantArt too as well. Probably on Facebook too as well. Again, it's Ali Garza, which is ALEGARZA. Ali Garza, just again, big fan of Ali's stuff. We are extremely lucky to have Ali doing covers for us. All right. So again, just put print number 1 into the notes and it shall be yours. Steve, if you're brand new out there, man, really welcome aboard, dude. Steve St. John. Hopefully I've been really explaining things out to you as far as the new releases, as far as the graphic novels, as far as some of the collectibles that we do too as well. Hopefully I've been explaining that out as kind of as I'm going. All right. Michael, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you as always. Again, so print number 1, John Haley, we got you covered for that. Jamie West, we got you covered. Kevin, always good to see you in the stream as well. Gary, good to see you as well, darling. Good to see you always in the stream. Hopefully your husband's allowing you to buy all the things you want to buy. All right. So again, that's the print right there. And that is print number 1. And we're only doing 25 of those total. Again, it's a limited 25. It doesn't have limited 25 literally written on the print itself, but it does have the Impulse Creations. And you know what I didn't kind of do is, my goodness, I got the books over there. So again, this is the logo for the Impulse Creations. It's right up here in the top right corner. All right. And that is that. All right. So again, it has their store logo right on there. And that is the print. All right. And again, it's 30 for the print, and it's a limited to 25, meaning there's only 25 made of that. We will not do that as a print again. All right. So the last item that we are doing is the pack, dude. So if you're interested in the pack, just go ahead and put pack in the notes. Not everybody cleaned out the packs. We're only doing 3 of this pack. Just want to make you aware of it is $250 for the pack. So you're spending a considerable amount of money. But to me, you're actually getting absolute awesome books in the pack. You're getting books that go for $100, $150, $175 on eBay. To me, they're just absolute steals. So the first one that's in the pack is a Billy Tucci. Easily one of my favorite Billy Tucci's. It is Grimm 74D. It's GFT 74D. Again, just put pack into the notes. It looks like everybody's grabbing the pack. And it looks like all the packs went. You know what, Don? I can do a couple more than 3, only if Joe said that's okay. All right, so it looks like Rich is grabbing the pack. It looks like Alan is. Ken Hooker's grabbing the pack. We can do one for Antonio too as well. So again, you're getting Grimm 74 that's in the pack. You guys didn't even let me show you all the books that are in the pack, and you're just buying the pack without sight unseen. We got crazy buyers out there. You guys are crazy out there. You're silly crazy. You're silly crazy. All right, let me just show you what you're going to get in your pack. All right. You also get this bad boy by Paolo Panalina. Ba-bam. All right. It's Grimm Universe 03C. All right. It's a secret retailer. Ba-bam. Paolo. I'm Paolo. Paolo Panalina. Big fan. All right. Big fan. Big fan. Big fan. Billy Tucci. Big fan. Paolo. All right. You're getting those bad boys. Wait, I'm going to throw in an eBay too. All right. You get this eBay too as well. You get the Wonderland 09F. So you're getting 3 books for $250 that to me are probably $100 a piece. Min. Like min. Are you kidding me? Like this pack is ridiculous, $250. All right. Again, half of the proceeds going on our main man, Dan, over there at Impulse Creations. Dan, thank you so much for all you do. All right. And again, that's Wonderland 09F. That's the last part of the pack. And it looks like that's bringing me right up to 5 o'clock, which means I can cut it right here. So I can literally, I'm going to go to Chris right now. I'm going to say, Chris, do you want to come in here? Do you want to do any final wrap up, any final words, any words of wisdom? I know we've got, when's the next time you're doing something, Amber, with
NCW tomorrow.
NCW is tomorrow?
Yeah.
NCW, who do you have a guest that you want to review?
I do.
All right, well, please come on over and tell us about your guest. NCW? I'm sorry. NCW is tomorrow. Please. All right, brother, here we go.
So, yeah, there's my wonderful graphic. Ralph put it up. But NCW tomorrow will be with the one and only Joe Brusha.
Joe Brusha!
Yay! Joe will be on. That's my big reveal.
Hopefully he's not miserable.
No, he'll be excited. He loves NCW.
All right, so NCW tomorrow with Amber. And what time, Amber?
3 p.m.
3 p.m. with Amber. And after that, I'm going to turn it over to Chris. Chris has always got notes. He's always got something to say. Chris, what do you got, sir?
What's going on?
Take
Thank
over,
you,
sir.
Mr. Jason, Sultan of Sales, Master of Merchants, Baron of Bucks.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's a new one.
I like it. I love alliteration. It's so much fun. Yeah, so just some housekeeping. So again, NCW with Amber every Wednesday. We talk about the greatest and latest new releases and often with special guests. So check it out. Really fun events. Less than 3 weeks ago, we had our awesome movie club event with the one and only Sam Jones for Flash Gordon. Savior of the universe! He was such an awesome guest. He was talking for like an hour. Like he loves to talk and loves to share all the stories. So very, very fun interview. So check it out. It's still on our Facebook and YouTube pages. So Man Go to Bunny Man has been a smash hit series, and to follow up with our recent strings of comedy horror stories, we have a brand new story called Possessive. It's going to be written by Adam Goldberg and Hans Rudolph. Think of it as Forgetting Sarah Marshall meets The Grudge. Really awesome, quirky, offbeat story. Very exciting. So it is not too late to pre-order your copies or order them through your retailers. So check it out. It's going to be an awesome series. You are invited to our Zetascope Sweet 16 virtual con. So next week, June 17th to 19th, there's Thursday through Saturday, another 3-day event. We're going to be celebrating our birthday. We're going to be selling cool new exclusives. We're going to be doing comic book theater. We have some special guests. It's going to be awesome. So please check it out. Do not miss out on our 16th birthday. One last thing, when you get your order or when you get your invoice, you're gonna be receiving another Pirate Scratch-Off card. Oh yes.
Can you just let them know that I'm not going to be here the next few days?
Okay.
So
Yes.
they
Yes.
might not hear from me or get an
Okay,
invoice till
so
next
You want to do
week.
invoices as a combination for next week
I can
and
wait
this
and
week?
hold everything
Okay.
till next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone, please be patient. Dai's gonna be away for a couple of days, but we will get your invoice out to you, especially if you have not ordered before on the web store or on a virtual live stream. Please, please, please email Dai at vcons@zetascope.com. We need your name, shipping address, mailing address, email address, your phone number, the whole shebang. We need all of that so we can send that invoice to you. Dai will be sending out those invoices after a couple of days. If you want to combine your VirtualCon invoice with your retailer live stream invoice, shoot her an email and she'll get that done for you. But until then, sit tight, be patient. And when your order does arrive, it will come with a scratch-off card. And this will be very important because I'm going to be revealing a grid square for our Pirate Treasure Map Hunt promotion. So whenever you order a specific event, you get a special scratch-off card. It looks like a pirate map. It has a bunch of grid squares. Tune into every single one of our events because we reveal an official grid square that you can scratch off. And if you see a symbol underneath, that means you're a winner. That means you can email Adrian at info@zetascope.com and win cool prizes, including the grand prize, a brand new PlayStation 5 console, which is really hard to get right now, especially at retail value. So get out your cards. If you don't have a card yet, don't worry. Get a pen and paper. The code for today that you're allowed to scratch off is F6. The code is F6. So if you scratch it off and you see a cool symbol, that means you're a winner. Congratulations. Email us at info@zetascope.com so you can redeem your prize. Lastly, thank you to Dan at Impulse Creations for being our guest, for showing us your store. Thank you so much for supporting the comic book industry. That is it. That is all for this live stream. Thank you so much. Keep supporting Bricks and Mortars and have a good night. Woo!